This is going to be a titanic European battle between Bayern Munich and Chelsea, two top teams going at it, and this is what the Champions League is supposed to bring. We get to see the best team in Germany and one of the best teams in England and the world champions Chelsea. Who's going to come out on top? Well, let's find out in this preview. So, when was the last time that these two teams met? Well, the last time these two teams met was just before COVID, and that was in the UEFA Champions League round of 16, where Bayern Munich dominated over two legs, winning 7-1, and we really sort of saw that, how good Bayern were. This was Bayern Munich, some of the prime years of Bayern under Flick, in that sort of year period where they were unbelievable, probably the best team in the world, and they won a treble that year. Chelsea were just coming in for the youth players were just coming in. They had a transfer ban, and it was all about sort of resetting, bringing youth players in like Mason Mount and Callum Hudson-Odoi, players that you associated with Chelsea who aren't there anymore. And then the following year they went on to win the Champions League when they had money. So this was a sort of successful time for these two teams. Obviously Bayern came out on top, but these two teams have met in some famous games. You got a Champions League final where John Terry missed his penalty. So this is a bit of a famous fixture. So who is in and out for this game? Well, Alphonso Davies is obviously out with a cruciate ligament injury. Badiashile is potentially out. That's not too much of a loss. Cole's obviously out with another injury. This is a big player for Chelsea who's out missing and could affect their defensive stability, that's for sure. Musiala is obviously out with that broken leg at the Club World Cup. And Romeo Lavia is out for Chelsea, as well as Liam Delap. So both sides have injury concerns to contain with, which will both affect their lineups going into this game. So this isn't Chelsea's most recent lineup, but it's their lineup against Fulham. The reason I haven't picked out Chelsea's most recent lineup against Brentford is it had this game in mind, and it was also very much a lineup that was affected because of players in South America and getting back late, and Maresca wasn't willing to risk all those players. So I think they'll pick Sanchez in goal. At right back, I think he'll go with the experience of Reece James. I don't think he would have played James in that game if he wasn't be able to play in this one, and he only played half a game. Chalobah and Tosin, as I said earlier, I think that is an area where you can definitely get at if you are Bayern Munich. At left back, it's Marc Cucurella, very good left back, and has really impressed me into the last year. Midfield of Caicedo and Fernández, and this is another area where I think Chelsea can dominate the game. I think these two are excellent in this midfield, really good players, really top class, and I think this is an area where Chelsea could do better than Bayern Munich. And on the wings, they've got Estevao and Pedro Neto. This has to be an area that Chelsea look to get at. This is not the strongest area for Bayern, and I think you need to get Estevao on the team and get him to take on his fullback, as that will be the best approach for Chelsea. And then up front, I think it will be João Pedro not on the team, because Cole Palmer is back for this game. So yeah, Chelsea have a very good team. There's no doubt about this, and I think they can get at some of Bayern's weaker areas. So looking at how both teams have started this season, Bayern have been flawless. Now let's take into mind that one of these games was in the Pokal, but also the Bundesliga isn't the same standard as Chelsea or the opposition they're going to come up against in the Premier League. And if you look at Chelsea, they have dropped points in 2 out of 4 of their competitive games, and I think they've played reasonably well, Chelsea. I think against West Ham they really played well, but I think that was West Ham not really being at the standard that they should be. Palace, they played all right. Fulham, they played all right. And Brentford, they played all right. So it's just pretty mixed performances so far, but very early season performances. But I think there are signs that Chelsea can do well in this fixture. So what other factors could potentially change the result in this game? Well, Bayern Munich are obviously at home. That gives them home advantage and a more likely chance of winning this game. And Chelsea are very inexperienced in this competition. The likes of Maresca haven't managed in here before, and it's going to be sort of different. A lot of pressure on a young squad, and not a lot of players have really featured at the top level of the Champions League before. So that's going to cause potentially Chelsea some issues in terms of inexperience. But I still think Chelsea will be good enough to get a point from this game, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I can definitely see Chelsea's players like Cole Palmer and Caicedo really stepping up to this occasion, especially Palmer. Palmer has proven he's a big game player. His drop off from the normal game, so against like a Burnley to a Bayern Munich, is minimal at best. He's actually probably better on those bigger against the bigger teams, and that's what you want from your top players. I think someone like Cole Palmer will turn up and score, and they'll manage to make a 1-1 draw. Please let me know what your thoughts are on this video. Do you agree? Do you think Chelsea are good enough to get a draw from this game? If you don't, please let me know why, and we'll find out in a couple of days. And if you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel.